Praise the name of the Lord. This is Dr. Uzo once more. I want to talk about something that is very precious and very dear and near to my heart. And I just want to talk about the altars, mystery of altars. I call it unresolved issues of foundations, generational curses, and altars. Because altar is the single most important element, or do I say demonic element, diabolical element that alters destiny, that changes everything about people. You know, it's like when the building is being used, people always forget foundation when the building has been finished. But unfortunately, or should I say fortunately, anytime you use a building, you also step on the foundation. And a lot of prophets are not deliverance prophets. They can give you prophecies. They can see your underwear, tell you your bank account, your plate number. They give you these intricate details, what I call forensic, microscopic, panoramic prophecy. But they fail to discern the issues of altars. Altars is responsible for the tragedies we've seen in Christianity among ministers that people can't explain or give them Pentecostal pet answers. It doesn't work. Sometimes people will even tell you, pray your way out of a situation or circumstance. But it's a lie, because there are some prayers that no matter how you pray, a doctor cannot cure himself. This is where and how self-deliverance can fail. This is where mass deliverance or deliverance prayers can fail. This is where even what I call corporate deliverance can fail. This is also how and why prayer points fail, including night vigil, including praying and fasting. Jesus Christ told us that this kind cometh not but by prayer and fasting. But what about a case that cannot be cured or solved or resolved by praying and fasting? What are you going to do? Will you get stuck? Did you notice that after praying and fasting and night vigil, or maybe prayer points, probably counseling, most pastors don't know what to do next? And you know, I always say that people who don't know what to do either nothing or do the wrong thing. And this is the case with altars. Altars are responsible for limiting destiny, for blocking prophecy, blocking prayers, causing people flying in the dream. Altar is responsible for you taking useless exam that you passed years ago, or seeing yourself in old school building, or seeing yourself in the village. Altar is responsible for you seeing yourself doing the work you left 10 years ago, or marriage you left 10 years ago, or things that have been happening in your past. It's like takes you to the past. They cause retrogression, they cause stagnation, they cause backwardness. Call it name you want to call it. This is why unresolved issues of altars should be tackled. And if a deliverance prophet does not know about altars, they will be treating the symptoms. They will go and treat the fruit and never deal with the root. And you know, deliverance is like cutting grass, which is deliverance prayer. We will always pray. We'll continue to pray. We will continue to pray because the Bible says pray without ceasing. And then many things are wrought by prayer. Don't get me wrong. If you are praying, don't stop praying. But the thing is that you have to discern through a deliverance prophet what is exactly the root of your problem. Otherwise, when you cut off a tree, when you cut the stump, and you did not uproot the problem, guess what happened? It comes right back. There is a relapse. There is backlash. There's counter-attack by the enemy. Because these altars come in different ways. A lot of times you see ancestral altar, or domestic household altar, altar of wickedness, sometimes marine altar in 75% of cases. Even ancestral spirit, 85% of ancestral spirit are because of marine altars. Don't forget that water is 80% of the earth crust, because people talk about 70%, but if you consider the inland waters and seas and lakes and creeks and water view, the earth's surface is actually 80% water. So water decides our life pretty much. Even a woman cannot give birth until the bag of membrane, bag of water, amniotic fluid ruptures. The earth was created on water. The Bible says in Psalm 24, verse 2, that he created it upon the waters, he established it upon the seas. Even in Genesis 1, verse 2, it's the same thing. He called it the deep. The Spirit of God was hovering. Water is everywhere. The Bible talks even in Ezekiel 36, 25 and 26, that I will sprinkle clean water on you and you shall be clean. I will deliver you from idols. I will make you clean. I'll give you a new heart. It's all about water. So anything that has to do with marine is very recalcitrant, is very stubborn, is very subtle, is sneaky, is slicky, is not easy or easily diagnosed, even with dream analysis. Because you see, we decipher your dream, we decode your dream, we diagnose your dream, we break down your dream and dissect it and make sure we get to the root of your problem. Because if you don't know the cause of any problem, you cannot know the cure. The Bible says in Proverbs that a curse causeless cannot come. In other words, there's always a reason for a curse. There's always a factor, a root issue, a key problem that you need to unlock or decipher or decode or solve or resolve before an issue gets resolved or gets solved, especially in deliverance. See, this is why that a lot of people, including Christians who are ministers, who are pastors, who are evangelists, you remember Ezekiel, he was even a prophet, but the Bible says he was found among the captives of Babylon. Why? Because a prophet can even be bound, a pastor can be bound, a bishop can be bound, their wives can be riddled with spirit husband, spirit wife, because sometimes they will tell you spirit husband, spirit wife, but it's actually projection from the altar. It's a token from the altar. It's a veil. It's demonic emissary or demonic messenger from the altar. So if you don't deal with issues of altars, hardly will you solve the problem of destiny or moving ahead in your calling on God's plan and purpose for your life. It doesn't matter whether it's business. It doesn't matter whether it's career and cash flow. It doesn't matter whether it's promotion. It doesn't matter if you are seeking procreation, especially if a woman is barren, including health problem, health issue, intractable health issue. When organs fail, like kidney problem, it's because of altars. Organ failure, altar problem. Altars are so subtle and so dangerous and so recalcitrant that most prophets actually miss it completely. And when they come to deliverance, they will just deal with the suffering. They pray prayers, hoping everything goes away. And remember, even in deliverance, we've discovered that one-on-one deliverance ministration, when you pass people under deliverance fire, we discover that most of them, they keep on saying, oh, she's been praying. She belongs to me. She's mine. And this is a child of God. And this is a minister. And sometimes some of them are prophets or prophetess. Sometimes they are apostles or even bishop. It doesn't matter your title. The devil is not a respecter of title or entitlement. The devil is an equal employment oppressor. An ignorance of the oppressed is the power of the oppressor. And let me tell us the gospel truth, or should I say the naked truth. Ignorance is a license to bondage. Everybody's problem is a mountain of their ignorance. And ignorance doesn't say that you don't have it or you don't know what you're doing. Ignorance says that you can even know it and decide to ignore it. That's the word we get from the word ignore, the verb ignore. And then the noun is ignorance. So ignorance comes in different ways, in different fashion, in different forms. See, what you don't know may be hurting you. You may have known about deliverance, which is what a lot of people do. They break curses, they break covenant, they break soul ties. They remove evil dedication, but they don't deal with the root, the altars that sponsor this demon, that sponsor incubus and succubus, that sponsor familiar spirit, that sponsor monitoring spirit, that sponsor imps, ancestral, elemental spirit, that sponsor this spirit that causes problem. Remember, Ephesians told us that we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against forces of rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in high places. Well, we got that in Ephesians 6. From 11, if you begin to read 12 down, you begin to understand that this is the pyramid. But nobody told us about the peak, and nobody said anything about the base. The peak of the satanic kingdom, the arrowhead, is actually Satan himself. Ancestral spirit, elemental spirit, marine spirit, especially all these evil imps, and then witches and wizards of the marine world. They are lower spirits, but they are ones that create more problem and more trouble, because they are field workers. They are demonic, can I say, field workers. They are the link to human being. They link to the human head. They link to the human mind. They link to the mood. They link to sex organs. They link to people's feelings. They link to people's ears and eyes. And this is where they create problem. So the altars use them, including veil and projections. So they are not the issues. That's why sometimes, a lot of times, when people deal with all the deliverance issues, they are dealing with the symptoms. They are not dealing with the root of the problem. And so, child of God, what we do is, because God has anointed us to deal with difficult cases, the hard cases, especially altars. That's why you have to be an altar practitioner. That's why you have to know about sacrifice. And that's why you have to build your own altar and set it up so that you begin to fight the demonic altar, the ancestral, domestic, household, wicked, witchcraft altar. Fight altar of destruction, altar of obliteration, altar of stagnation, altar of delay and confusion and perversion. Every evil altar that crushes people's destiny is from altar, evil altar. But you see, you have to set up God's altar. You have to set up altar of righteousness. You have to set up altar of greatness, altar of fire, altar of restoration, altar of renewal. You have to set up a holy altar that will not speak against the old altar, against the evil altar, child of God. So that's what we do. We take you through altar work. We take you through how to set up your own altar, how to liaise with our own altar, how to connect or network with greater and stronger altar, so that this demonic network will be destroyed, will be annihilated, will be completely decimated for permanent and lasting deliverance. Thank you. This is Dr. Ozo, 702-884-1334. Call us and book your own appointment. Don't do preacher's kid. It doesn't matter. You can be preacher. It doesn't matter. The devil doesn't care. Okay, God bless you. Talk to you. Remember, we've changed our facility. We are now in 6633 Mableton Parkway, Mableton, Georgia, 30124. God bless you. Bye-bye.